Chris, give us a ground report, mate.
The ground report, yeah, it's amazing how much rain they've had here. It's still in, well, fairly good nick. I know they played a women's game here last night, so it's a bit churned up in places. So it's sort of patchy. So, you know, York Park's one of the best grounds in the country, but it's still under the weather from all this rain we've had lately.
No worries. The players now are lining up, getting ready for the national anthem with Dave Moore, Matthew McGee, Michael Walker and our stats man Dave Gruber. This afternoon we'll have a bit more of a preview after the formalities here. Always a great tradition at finals in footy all around Australia. National anthem and also welcome to country.
Welcome to the 2022 Cripps Development League Grand Final between Clarence and Launceston. Would you please be upstanding for the playing of the Australian National Anthem?
Welcome to UTAS Stadium for today's coverage here of the TSL Development League Grand Final between Launceston and Clarence. My name's Dave Moore, and to my left is my co-commentator here this afternoon, Matthew McGee. G'day, Macca.
Yeah, good afternoon, Dave, and good afternoon to all of our viewers here for a really interesting and top-quality D-League final. We don't normally see, you know, we think of the old days with the reserves, but this is really an up-and-comers game. There's talent on both sides. There's plenty of players that have played in last week's NAB League preliminary final for the Devils. They're lining up for both sides. Launceston, they come into this game, you know, top of the ladder, 15-3, but of course Clarence knocked them off in the qualifying final a couple of weeks ago out there at Windsor Park. So lots to play for and really good talent. I'm really looking forward to this one.
Expert commentator this afternoon, Michael Maxie Walker. G'day, Max.
Good afternoon, David, and good afternoon to our viewers. And yes, certainly looking forward to a great game. Bit of sunshine at the moment, which is fantastic. Although I do think we're going to get wet throughout the course of the day, and just really excited to watch this game and the following game, just with the talent available in both sides, especially in this Development League game. It's like Macca said, it's no longer a reserves competition, it is purely development, and there are a lot of young guys out there who have been exposed in the NAB Cup, and it's great to be able to see them running around today for their clubs.
On the boundary today, Chris Sayer and Tony Webb. On stats, it's Mr. David Gruber. Macca, what do you got for us?
Well, we talk about the quality, don't we? There's actually 3 players playing in today's D-League game. This time next week they'll be bouncing around the MCG in the under-17 futures game.
Yep.
I talk of Colby McKercher for Launceston, Ari Schoenmaker, the big defender from Launceston, and also Jack Callanan for Clarence. So a big week for those lads, D-League today, and then under-17 futures game on Grand Final day next week at the MCG for those boys.
Today's stream is sponsored by DALY Potato Co. And thanks to them for their support this year. They've sponsored all our streams throughout the TSL season and to bring the games to the viewers around Tasmania. Okay, we've got the players coming to benches. We've got 6, I think, on each bench.
Yeah, got some good quality there too. We talk about a couple of those Devils boys, Josh Gillow and Liam Jones for Launceston. So they must be going all right if those boys are on the bench. Big battle in the midfield. You've got Tony Aganis, who's come through the Launceston pathway, and to be honest, he's been a really good ruckman. He was equal leader in the count there for a while. Talk about the count winner. We've got Sam Foley there, who's played some senior footy. He looks as though he might be getting tagged today by Jack Tremaine. So keep an eye on that one, Maxwell.
Cam Owen in the ruck, Macca.
Yeah, Cam Owen, the Devils ruckman forward.
Underway.
Ball goes up and it's Owen with a commanding punch forward. You can see that water on the ground. Here's Canny, the skipper. He's tackled. Shoots it out there now on the outside to Braden Fellows. They go by hand. They want to get away to a good start. Both of these sides, they'll expect it to be hot early. That's what it is, even with those first contests. Owen on the up. Handball inside 50 for Clarence. There's one for Dave Gruber on the stats. There's Wiggins. Goes over the top there now to Launceston. On the outside through Launceston there is Liam Jones. So he's a quick on the ground. It's Owen in the middle of the ground. Garnis, ball slippery. Yellow ball, Foz.
Yep.
You're wondering whether the seniors are going to play. Here's Jones on the outside now. Hit up. Burling. Senior premiership player last year with Launceston. He wheels and goes. Inside 50, Jet Maloney, leading goal kicker. Got rid of his opponent too early. Umpire says that it's going to be a free kick. That's going to go in the back line to Nick Beerley.
Nick Beerley, brother James, plays in the seniors. He goes wide. Over here looking for Tremaine. Intercepting though nice there for Launceston is Isaac Hyatt. He's back in the team. He gets it forward. Slippery ball picked up by Callanan. Off balance kick towards Reetoff. Intercepting is Schoenmaker. Gets it to Reetoff. Scrubby kick inside 50. And that can nearly be 50 there. That a bit of attention. No, the umpire says no. Clear it out here now towards Cade Saywood. Former GYC boy. On the left foot. Goes up the wing. Off hands. And it spills out of bounds. It's a boundary throw in, centre wing. Boundary umpire in the slightly muddy patch in front of the interchange benches. Throw the ball in, no scorers yet. Couple of minutes in. Owen and Aganis in ruck, as they will be all day. Front position, Owen gets the tap. Gets it nicely there towards his teammate in Hugo. Couldn't pick it up. Now the kick goes forward for Clarence. They can't quite take possession. Eventually comes out of bounds. That's out of bounds on the full there against Fellows. So taking the free kick is Cooper Warmbrun. So Warmbrun, right foot. Oh, his kick smothered there by Jones. Breaking through is McKercher. Now to Jones, the Devils combine. He's tackled. Nice little tackle there by number 43 in Thomas Hugo. And ends up out of bounds. So I've been playing 2.5 minutes and no score as yet here at UTAS Stadium.
They're really tight. Ball's on centre wing. Lots of footy on this ground. You'll notice a few patches starting to show. This ground will be redone somewhat tomorrow, getting ready for the cricket season. The coring and relaying of some patches. Ball goes deep forward. Clarence forwards go up for it. There's Wall on the deck. Also there for Launceston defender is Ari Schoenmaker. Comes down to the pocket, looking for the boundary, and Launceston will take that. So big day here today. Of course, Launceston and Kingborough to meet in this afternoon's TSL Senior Grand Final. Maxwell, what have you noticed?
No, I was just going to say, Schoenmaker's covered some ground already. He's been both ends of the ground and got a few touches.
Yeah, had a really good season at NAB League level. He's Foley, the medalist in the D-League, finds his mate, Antonio Garnis. He'll look to give by hand and does. Miller Hodge, multiple premiership player. That's how they're going at the moment. Here's Burling, another one. Looks to break, can't. Ball comes over the back here now. Fellows butters up. And Fellows will run and carry. Inside forward over the top of Jack O'Neill's head. That's where it's slippery. Tina McCormack can't get it. They look for the boundary. They look for the points. And they take it through there, the Clarence defender in Corey Lovell. So they're doing it in singles. And the first one goes to Launceston.
Cade Saywood with the ball in the back pocket. Left footer. With Clarence Ruse, he played a bit of senior footy. Gets it forward to Hugo, who's had a bit of it already. Thomas Hugo, deep in defence. It's the one score so far. To Launceston are behind. Up the wing. Front position of Gannis. Shark there nicely by Harry Burgess. He kicks it towards half forward. Wiggins does pretty well for Launceston. In a battle there with McGee, leading goal kicker. Taken now by Callanan. His kick skews out to the right. And it'll be the first score for Clarence there. One behind. Launceston one behind. Tight start, Max Walker.
Yeah, it certainly is, and it would have been a very, very good goal by Callanan. Then if you just kicked it a bit more to the left, and it was always going to skid through. So
he had a bit more time than he thought there.
Had a lot of his teammates around him as well. He was surrounded by 3 or 4 guys outnumbering Launceston 1-4 there. So they should have done better.
Schoenmaker, long kick out of defence. Gannis working hard, tries to scoop it to Hodge. Taken away there though by Cornelius. Burgess dispossessed. Off the ground there, Jonty Doran. A couple of times best and fairest for their under-18s. Jonty Doran, tackle laid. And Nick Butler will come in and ball it up about 60 out from Clarence's goal. 1 point apiece.
5.5 minutes gone. You're watching the D-League Grand Final for 2022. There's two teams. They've been very close all season. But Clarence lead the battle 3-1, including the final. But a couple of games were blowouts. A 10-goal victory in round 5 to Launceston. A 10-goal victory to Clarence in round 19. But then a 7-pointer and a 2-pointer in the final. So it's been close. Launceston let Clarence get away to a big lead in that qualifying final, but come home really strongly, just to miss.
Inside 50 so far, 3 apiece. So, as I said, even game territory-wise.
Umpire Nick Butler, very experienced TSL senior umpire. Garnis uses the body.
Oh,
he went to ground. That's the new interpretation of the rule. You go to your knees. You give up that opportunity. What do you think of that rule, Maxwell?
Yeah, don't mind it. It makes it hard for the tackler, but if they're consistent with it, it's not an issue.
There we go again. He goes to ground again, does Kenny. Tap forward by Owen. It's going to be that sort of day. Comes out there now on the outside to Beaumont. He's a strong inside mid, Tom Beaumont, for the Devils. He'll love it. Miller Hodge puts the snout in the trough, and he's been caught holding the footy. So Callan's there. No, it's going to be a free kick there. Good tackle to Whitelaw. No, umpire says no, it's not yours, Colby Whitelaw. It's going to go to Ruben Tompkins. Been one of their best players this year, Ruben Tompkins. In their best players, the most for the season for Clarence. Can't be marked. Foley, bit of it early, goes wide. Under pressure, good kick. And a good mark there on the outside to Kai Chilcott. Seen him in the seniors this year as well. So Chilcott. We'll try and get it out. It's going to be a real battle today. It's going to be, maybe 6 goals. Harry Cornelius cuts that one off. Inside 50, Showmaker sets. Good mark, Kai Lunson. So he comes across in front to Kai Lunson. Made his NAB League debut. Finds Hyatt on the outside. Been interrupted season with injury, but he's back in the side now. Hyatt, Crafty on the left foot. And now go forward, Burling. You can see that he's going to be a handful for the Clarence defenders. Here's McKercher, one of the best in the state. Look at him go. He'll give it back from Hodge. Hodge ignores him. McKercher says, still give it to me. Miller Hodge goes across the face. They've missed a chance there. And it goes through for a behind. McKercher not happy. Hodge turned the wrong way. Could have given it to McKercher. But they go now to 2 points and Clarence 1.
Out from fullback. Man here free is Brendan Hay. Is it going to get to him? Foley comes across, lays a spoil. Only as far as Saywood. Lays back in a little kick, looking back for Hay. He sprays it out of bounds. Gets a bit of a mouthful there from Brendan Hay. Sam Foley with the ball. Brendan Hay used to have a mullet, as I remember.
Yeah, so he's big flowing, didn't he?
On the short haircut now. Foley gets a kick forward under pressure. Now, is that downfield? It is. Against Brendan Hay. Now Foley remonstrates. Bowls him over. Then heads to the bench from the scene of the crime. But it's downfield. And Liam Canny, the skipper, to do some media during the week, handled himself really well.
Yeah, they reckon it was a real captain's performance down there in Hobart last week against North Hobart. Really got them over the line, Liam Canny.
Former Scotch Oakburn student. 40 out, tough angle towards goal. Great view of this one. First goal of the grand final goes to Launceston, to Liam Canny. And it's 1-2-8 Launceston. Clarence 1 behind. And some really fluid movement from the back line to the forward line there, originally on the far side, Max, and ended up with a goal.
Yeah, it was. Probably should have had the goal a little bit earlier. I thought a bit disappointing from Miller Hodge not to give that ball back to McKercher, who had a bit of momentum up, but an experienced player like Hodge thought that he could do the job, but he didn't. But the interesting bit out of that bit of play when who is it? The guy that they're tagging very heavily.
Foley.
Thank you, Brad Foley.
Sam Foley.
Yep, his direct opponent Tremaine went off at the same time.
Yeah, definitely.
So that's obviously something that Clarence have done their homework on and going to put a lot of work into Foles.
Shower comes over the ground. Callanan off the deck. It goes about 40 metres. A little bit of wind getting up as well. Probably favouring Launceston at this stage. We'll get the boys on the boundary line in a moment to give us an update. Tell you what, I feel for them down there today, Max. We've got the best position.
Oh, they'd love it down there, Macca.
Oh.
You know, close to the action.
Close reporting to the bench.
Yeah, you know, they'd be. You know, they're in the atmosphere. We're up here in an enclosed venue. You know, a little bit of light breeze up here, but no rain.
Boundary throw in. Falls short into that breeze. Not going far. Clarence close to the boundary line. Their ruckman doing well there. Following up was Octoloni. And it goes out of bounds. Tough day for the umpires as well, especially with that breeze. You hear it on the effects mic. So 10, nearly 11 minutes gone. Clarence 1 behind, Launceston 1-2-8. Just some real talent on display here. Pretty the weather's just not going to probably see it at their best. But we'll see who the toughest is today in these conditions. Octoloni and Aganis. Good hands there out the back now, Launceston. Inside 50, Hodge. Normally used to sort of playing across that half-back role or wing, playing more high half-forward today. What was his injury been, boys? The shoulder? Kept him out of the side.
Yeah. I think he hurt it down at Windsor Park about 5 or 6 weeks ago. Did we see him go off that day?
Yeah, just couldn't get back into that all-conquering Launceston senior lineup.
Not many could, Macca.
Forward pocket.
Very settled team.
Boundary throw in. Yeah, no changes today for Launceston in the senior lineup based on who's playing here in the D-League. Jet Maloney overruns it. They do well there. Nick Bealey by hand. Ball goes out now. This is where they're strong though, Launceston.
He's had a lot of it, Schoenmaker.
Yeah, Schoenmaker had a really good season, Ari. He's got fitter. Plays a lot like Stephen May, I like, from the Melbourne Demons. They've got that big, strong body. Well, it's nearly a mark to Miller Hodge. He's first on the deck. He ducks the head. Umpire says play on. It's now going to be a ball up about 15 metres out. Yeah, Ari just kicks the ball so well on that left foot. Very Stephen May-like. They just keep kicking in the footy. The opposition, he positions himself well, and he's one of those boys I mentioned. He's going to be playing at the MCG next week. What a thrill.
Ball up. Kircher in there. Strong tackling from the Clarence boys. Gets out now to Cowley from McKercher. McCormack on the boundary. Centres it for Jet Maloney over his head. Might have been taken out of the contest now. It's Saywood. Gets a push in the back. Gets it to Brendan Hay. Happy to see it over. Umpire says throw the ball in. So
unlucky there, Jet Maloney. Taken out in the contest. Pulled up a little bit sore. Could have easily have been a free kick.
Inside 50, Dave Gruber. 7 Launceston, 5 to Clarence.
Dave Gruber loves that tough, tight stuff, doesn't he? That
He
big
does.
crunch tackle there on Maloney.
Boundary throw in. Jack O'Neill in the ruck contest. Up towards the wing there. Jonty Doran working hard. Spills out to Chilcott. Strong tackle laid there by Blake Harper.
High.
But it was a high tackle by Blake Harper. So it's coming back now to Chilcott.
Non-officiating umpire had the better view.
Kicks towards full forward. Maloney will fly. No, he stays down. Tap towards the boundary line. Burling had it spent before he picked it up. Good work there, Callanan. Gets it out there towards Blake Harper again. Now the kick up the wing from Clarence. There's an opportunity if they can break free here. Ball player might have got one in the back there. Saunders trying to break through is Wiggins. Tough footy, grand final footy. Wet day here at UTAS Stadium.
Interesting, Max. I know it's a wet day, but you still need someone to make a contest. And Jet Maloney's just probably a little bit undersized down there. They've got Burling, also Cooper Warren starting on the bench. One of the premier goal kickers in the D-League.
Yeah. Wade Wall in the ruck contest. Tackle laid by Canny. You got a comment from Max there?
Yeah, won the goal kicking last year and I think comes second this year.
Yep.
Yeah, so certainly got some tricks in the bag and it is a small forward line which doesn't really faze me today either in these conditions.
Smothered kick up towards the wing. Attempted kick off the ground there by Tompkins. Taken by Canny towards half forward. Clarence backline holding out all right. Harry Cornelius couldn't quite take the chest mark. Trying to escape, there's Miller Hodge. Out of bounds. Right on the paint of 50. So we think the Blues they definitely have the breeze with the windsock going at a fair pace towards the town end. We saw the first 5 goals of the game in the under-18s. Kick to that end. Might get to that score in a moment too. For those that didn't watch the stream previously. Wade Wall gets the tap out. Taken though by Foley. Dangerous here for Clarence. Bouncing ball. Tackled from behind there was Nick Bealey. They might see it through here through Borsboom, and they do for a behind. So Launceston 1-3-9, Clarence 1 behind. Earlier today, Clarence 6-8-44 defeated Launceston 3-7-25.
Kick out there to Clarence, far side. Looking for Flynn Marshall. Cowley tackles well.
25 flat in these games, this game today, 25?
Yep, that's what it's been during the season.
Yeah, flat. You'd imagine to be the same unless there's a break. I noticed in the under-18 there was a big, heavy clash between two Clarence forwards in the under-18s, and they added a little bit of time on to that quarter. So I suppose it's probably to the discretion if this is something like that, and it's good to see those boys get back. Here's Gillow. Hit up, tries to find Hodge, been busy early, right in the action. Following up again was Gillow, overran the footy. He'll be enjoying getting out of that key defensive role, Josh Gillow. Spent a lot of time there for the Devils over the season, did it really well. Played more on ball for his St Patrick's College state premiership side, so he'll enjoy the run. Here's a hit up, good lead, good mark. This is Jack O'Neill. Another one to really improve his footy in 2022. Burling takes the body, back of the pack, Foley. He'll look to turn, looking for the boundary line, can't get it there, Hodge. Maloney's there as well, look at him lurking. Maloney gives it back to Jones, doesn't hit it on the boot. They line up the Clarence defenders, hits them on the chest and they spill it. It's one of those days, take your chances. And it's going to be the umpire circles, lets it go. Dribbles out, goal side, Foley, heavy tackle, ball out of bounds finally. Well, they were lined up there, the Clarence defenders, Max.
There was four of them standing in the square and still couldn't clear it.
Jones
just couldn't get the ball onto the middle of his boot.
Young Harry Cornelius there that spilt that mark.
Oh, I didn't want to name him, Foz. Didn't want to name him.
Family wants to know.
No, do they really? Goodness gracious me.
Boundary throw in. Wrestling free now as Aganis snaps a goal. The big fella.
The big cat.
Gets the second for Launceston. Well, from the ruck contest, Tony Aganis takes it out of the air and slams it through Hawkins style. And that's 2-3-15 Launceston. Clarence 1 behind, 1 point. A valuable goal there.
Real good physicality by him in the ruck contest there. Just got rid of his opponent way too easy, and one of his better kicks. Smelt the goals. 25 out and did the old banana.
And the boys get around him too. They love that from the big cat.
My word.
Tony Aganis just struggled to get into a senior game. He played some good Devils footy last year. Just he keeps racking the votes up in these medals. I think he won the Southern Football League medal in the under-18s.
He did.
Last year, was it? The year before, mate? Year before.
Think.
So he's a vote getter. Did well, polled well this year in the Rodney Eade medal, the D-League medal, Foz. Clarence take the ball forward. Get the inside 50s in a moment. Here's Wall off the deck, soccer style, and touched Kai Lunson with a desperate lunge. Gets it through. So Launceston will look to come now. They look good with the football, Launceston, when they've got time and space. This is Kenny. He's got Schoenmaker on. If he wants to go short, he'll go down the line to Aganis. Owen and Aganis. Burling. He's a good size Burling, isn't he? He comes over the top there. What a great story, Max. Did you see the Burling story, or the way it was spoken this year? They did that real special piece. Of course, the death of his mother. And just how profound of an impact it had on the club, and the way that Burling dealt with it, and how it got round the other boys. And geez, it was well made too, Launceston Footy Club, of what they do behind the scenes.
It was.
You see what they do on the field,
yep.
But off the field, just the programs that they have. Brilliant. Inside 50, touched off hands. Good spoil. Launceston defender Josh Gillow. He's back where he belongs. Joshy Gillow with that athleticism. His brother Bailey, of course, will be a pivotal part of the puzzle this afternoon for the Launceston seniors. It's Bailey Gillow, had a great season. Boundary throw in, left forward pocket, Invermay Park end. The rain's gone, and plenty of that today. The showers will come across. Dave Moore had one job today, I told him this morning, Max. That was to organise the weather. We know how much he loves it. Just struggled today, the Fozzle.
14 mil overnight, he told us.
Yeah, a little bit more today, a bit during the week. Not terribly cold though, which is okay. Wall finds it down. Ball's not going far.
Probably need to ask Tony and Chris that down on the boundary if it's cold or not.
Not too cold. Yeah.
Ball up. Wade Waugh wins the tap. Only as far as Reetoff. Can't get an effective kick. Second chance, Reetoff to half-back. Borsboom in there. Couldn't quite take it. McGannis gets it to Burling. Chance now here for Lovell if he can pick it up. Does well. But spills the ball. Second chance, Lovell. Out here was Jack O'Neill now for Launceston. Owen lays a tackle for Clarence. Of course, defending premiers, Clarence won a great game here last year against Launceston with Al Holmes kicking a bag of goals. Went out now by Aganis to Canny. To half forward, once again to Jack O'Neill. Wins the chase for the ball, handball straight away. Only as far as Cade Saywood, who picks it up. A little kick forward. Chance here for Borsboom, the number 52. That's Ryan Borsboom, brother of Lockie. Kick comes out there for O'Neill. Copped the player there, number 59, Josh Barnes in the mush. Out now towards McKercher. Advantage paid. McKercher on 40 for their third. He's got it. Colby McKercher. Give him half a sniff at goal and he'll take advantage. Accelerated away from the contest and calmly put it through from 40 metres out. 3-3-21 Launceston. Clarence 2 behinds.
Hence why I wanted that other one to go to him, Max. He's a brilliant player, Colby McKercher. Look for him next year, draftable player.
Yep, certainly finishes well, doesn't he? And just has the composure as well to take his time when he needs to. And we watched it on the replay there.
He's just got that step.
Yep.
Yeah, and just really good finish. Notice a bit in the NAB League this year. Starts the games really well, really strong first halves, and maybe just fades out a little bit as the game goes on. So a bit of fitness work. Good battle with Josh Gillow. They reacquaint themselves from their school days. GYC versus St Patrick's College. It's going to be Owen on this occasion, though. So Owen.
Nice kick.
Nice kick, as you heard Fossil say. Good mark. That was Whitelaw. A good mark to Whitelaw. So Owen, to be honest, probably had his best game in the NAB League last week, Foz. He was really competitive. He went forward and was dangerous in the preliminary final. And he can do that forward as well. And 202 centimetres plus. He's not a bad player to have in the NAB League and also this D-League final. Here's Whitelaw. Maybe into that win was a little bit tough. Misses near side as another shower comes across the ground. Bit of a sun shower on this occasion.
Just a couple minutes left in this second quarter. Schoenmaker with the kick-in duties. It's going to go long. Up here towards O'Neill, but full short. Nice mark taken by Borsboom. He's been prominent this first quarter. Lays back on the left foot and just gets it nicely to his teammate Connor McGee, the namesake of my fellow commentator here. I think he's the leading goal kicker, Macca, this year.
For Clarence,
yep.
Yeah, 22 goals. Their namesake.
Connor McGee.
Must know I'm a goal kicker too, Max.
Were you number 54, Matthew?
I was 47 mainly
okay.
Up at South, and then moved into the David Rees-Jones 26.
Later
at the Scottsdale Crows.
Connor McGee from 48. Gee, that's a good kick. Just fades into the breeze.
There is a breeze.
Yep, there is.
McGee liked that kick, wasn't
Oh, please.
Out of bounds.
Please.
23 and a three-quarter minutes gone.
That little
bit
bit
like
of
my golf shots that go left to right hard.
Inside
breeze.
50s for Dave Gruber. 11 to Launceston. 9 to Clarence. So Clarence have had some mainly shallow entries, it has to be said. From the tap out, Callanan for goal on the right foot. Will it clear the contest? Well done, Wiggins. It might have hit the behind post. It has. So we'll get a better read on this game, of course, at half time. We can see that windsock behind the boundary umpire now is certainly blowing towards a town end. And that's the end Launceston's been kicking. They have a handy 3-goal lead in these conditions. Owen taps it towards the boundary. Callanan on the boundary, snaps. Gee, that was nearly a goal. It was just touched on the line. Tough shot there from Jack Callanan. It's a behind, 4 behinds. Clarence, Launceston 3-3-21. Schoenmaker kicks it 50 metres clear of his defensive zone, off hands. Gee, it's good, Maxi, when you've got a player who can get such distance from a kick out. I know he's got the breeze behind him, but it's now on centre wing nearly.
It is, Macca, and it was just looked so effortless as well when he kicked it. Just all fluent, you know.
Quarter time siren sounds. Launceston 3-3-21. Clarence 4 behinds, 4 points. Goal kickers, Macca?
Goal kickers, Liam Kenny got the first, Tony Aganis a good one out of the ruck, and then Colby McKercher with one on the run. So 3-3-21, Clarence 4 behinds. And Launceston just look a little bit cleaner with the football going forward, don't they, with those players across half forward. I thought Kenny was really good in and amongst it. Aganis, good battle in the ruck. But, just with the Miller-Hodge types and Colby McKercher, of course, it's maybe a little bit better forward of the football at this stage.
Dave Gruber's stats to quarter time. Hit outs, Clarence 13 to Launceston 10. Clearances, Clarence 13 to Launceston 9. Almost following the same script there. Inside 50s, the Blues only lead that by 2, 11 to 9. Clarence had a good last 5 minutes there. They had a number of entries. Only the 2 marks inside 50 so far, and they go to Clarence. And free kicks, only 4 to Launceston, 3 to Clarence in that first quarter. So, Max, as I said, we'll get a bit of better read of this game, won't we, in another 25 minutes. But a pretty good start from Launceston, but Clarence is certainly in it.
Yeah, it was a good start, and Launceston would certainly be happy going into quarter time with those 3 goals. Clarence had a couple of chances, nearly a freakish opportunity for Callanan down there in that last minute, which would have been a really team-lifting goal for them. But like you say, Foz, in another 25 minutes at half-time, look at that windsock at the moment. It's full as a boot. And so, I would half expect Clarence to be reasonably comfortable just giving away that 3 goals in that quarter. But it'll be interesting to see how the Clarence forward line set up. They should really have the ruck contests so far have been relatively even, as have the clearances. But having that young ruckman of theirs for Clarence in Cam Owen, obviously he's got a lot of exposure this year in the Devils program up against a previous Devils player in Aganis. So it'll be interesting to see who can sort of break away from the middle. And Launceston, we know they've got good forward line, and if they can clear it out and sneak a couple of goals this quarter, they'd be more than happy, their coaching panel. But if Clarence can bang a few out of the middle quickly and get a few of the Launceston defenders a little bit nervous, they could quite easily get there 3 or 4 as well.
Michael Walker, special commentator this afternoon with himself, Dave Moore and Matthew McGee. We'll take a short break. When we get back, we'll hear from our boys on the boundary from the quarter-time huddles. And their boys on the boundary, what have you got for us down there?
Yeah, I just was at the Launceston camp. He's very happy, the coach. He says, friendly conditions, so the second person with the ball is going to have a big impact on this game. And to keep it tight. But he was quite happy, and I think, as you say, Dave, there is a wind to the city end. I'd estimate about a 3-goal wind, so there you go. And it's up to Clarence now to see what they can do. So here's Tony.
Clarence are pretty happy with the way things went there. As Chris just said, the wind has been a factor. They feel they're right in this game. They just want to be a bit stronger around the ball because they feel the Launceston within a pack are just getting the ball out a bit easier than they are. They want to tighten up on that and just trust in each other a bit more.
Thanks, Tony. Thanks, Chris. We're about underway in the second quarter. Owen up against the Gannis. Owen wins the tap, taken by Foley. Kicks to half forward, Jack O'Neill. In fact, it's not Jack O'Neill there. It was Jesse Price, couldn't quite take the mark. Now it's Foley on the follow-up. Ambles nicely to Canny, who gets tackled, gets loose. It's a funny sort of kick away. Whitelaw, Callanan. Kicks here towards half forward. Number 46 and Ruben Tompkins comes out and takes it. Left foot. Here looking for the veteran Wade Wall. Clears him and spills out of bounds. So first attacking 50 entry for Clarence as the sun comes out. It's going to be one of those days, I think, where we're going to get intermittent sunshine and rain. Radar looks a little bit threatening. Certainly a lot of rain down the northwest of Tassie at the moment. Let's hope it can clear up and not affect the senior grand final later on. The Tigers playing in their first grand final in the Tasmanian State League. Boundary throw in. Almost taken there by Lunson. Wade Wall's got it. Slams it on the boot. Here towards McGee, but it clears him out of bounds on the full.
So Clarence is trying to still get their first goal on the board as the sun comes out again. Wiggins doesn't hit that one that great. Callanan flies, comes down. Good hands by Owen. He's good on the deck today, Owen, for the big man. This one goes out of bounds. Of course, a lot of these boys, Foz, St Patrick's College lads and also a few GYC boys as well. So
there's plenty of them. Blair Brownless has given some intel on a few of them.
Reacquainting themselves from their school days, current and former. Some big rivalry there at the schoolboy level. Boundary throw in. Aganis against Wall. Good grab down there from Clarence. Foley sets. Here's Callanan taken high on that occasion. Has to be. That was an old-fashioned coat hanger.
Oh,
Foley goes down.
Wade Wall's come in and bowled over Sam Foley.
That was high. So,
what's he like as a set shot, Mackie?
He's very classy, of course. Son of the gun, son of Ian Callanan. I've seen him right back from when he was like 12, 13 years of age. Just so clever around goals. Developed his game this year into some midfield time as well.
He had that shot just right at the end of the game last week, didn't he?
Didn't quite get on the end of the toe enough, did he? A bit like that Liam Jones one earlier. Was a game of inches literally that day last week over at Port Melbourne. So here's Callanan. Canny stands the mark. Callanan from 45. It floats. I think it's there. It is. It's a goal. First goal to Clarence to Jack Callanan, and they're away now for the goals.
Really good finish, wasn't it? Just kicked it from just on 50, bit of breeze behind him, and I think that's the second time I've seen young Foley go to ground after a free kick's been given against his team. So
they're just putting a lot into him,
getting a lot of work into him, and I wonder if they're just trying to push him to the extent where he's going to flip and give a couple of kicks away or whatever.
Yeah. Because Tremaine stays with him, Max, so sees him quite closely. Interesting there, Liam Canny was on the mark. Now, these are the little things that you wouldn't see in the AFL. He's short, Liam Canny.
Yeah.
You put your ruckman on the mark, or you put another tall on the mark, and he has to kick a little bit higher and maybe not make the distance. Beaumont, just those little things sometimes. They've got enough big fellas back on the line. You know what I mean, though?
Yep. Yeah, I do.
Just makes him kick that little bit higher because it only just made it. Umpire says give it to me on centre wing. So good quality game, these two teams.
I like the look
Umpire's paid a free kick. It's going to go Launceston's way. To Canny. To Foley. No.
Got to come back behind the mark.
He's been good, the skipper.
I like the look of Thomas Hugo, close checking defender from GYC. Number 43. He's had a good first quarter.
Canny, slow play here now. Schoenmaker makes some space on the outside. Decides not to go there. Goes wider. O'Neill. Good mark. Inside 50. Good effort, Whitelaw. Here's Foley. Been in everything. Could have been taken on himself. I reckon that's ball. It is. They're not letting him get anywhere near it, Sam Foley. When he does, they're right onto him. Just that bigger body, isn't he, Foley? He's a year or so out of school now. Big body. He's the enforcer. You can tell that. Played a lot of senior football. He kicked 3 against Clarence in the seniors earlier in the year for us when he finally got a crack in the seniors. Sam Foley. Got 7 best on grounds, maybe, I think, in the medal. So he's one of the premier players in this D-League competition.
Bounty throw in far side. Owen and Aganis. And that ruck contest again, really even that first quarter. Pretty much even in the number of hit-outs. This one goes to Owen. Only goes as far, though, there as McCormack. That's Connell McCormack. Round the corner kick. Will tap out here towards Whitelaw. He lays the tackle. Spills free. McKercher releasing handball to Foley. 50 out. Goes towards the goal square to Maloney. Second grab, takes it. Plays on and he's hit the post. He's hit the inside of the post. He probably, in hindsight, should have gone back for the set shot.
No,
but,
he should have just ran to the goals and kicked it straight through.
The
play
adrenaline
on
was running.
good. I was going to say, geez, that's good. Play on was the play, but he snapped it rather than just kicked it straight through.
Taking it half back now.
Keep that one on the
Harry Cornelius.
pivotal moments.
Cornelius, defensive 50. Kicks up towards the wing. Plenty of Lonnie players there. Oh, beautiful spit out by Beaumont. Gets away from Owen. Left foot. Another opportunity here. Maloney, front position. Whitelaw takes a strong mark in defence. You can see the breeze holding up there. Colby Whitelaw, son of Trent the Whiz Whitelaw. Up towards the wing. Spills the contest. Just coming to the ground is Jones. Little fumble. Gets it now to Foley. He's prominent. Picking it up nice there for Clarence is Jack Tremaine. Kick towards half forward. Schonemaker. Sideways kick to Chilcott. He takes possession, does he? Not quite. Gets round now, does Chilcott.
Chilcott finds Jones. Been watching these boys all season for the NAB League. They're all in different numbers, Foz. It throws me a little bit. Finds Kai Lunson. Kai Lunson will look to go to Big Ari on the outside. Now goes inside with the kick. Not great. Not great at all. Turnover. Oh, that's 50. That's Tony Aganis just wanting to throw the body around. A bit silly. Free kick to Borspoon. So Ryan Borspoon.
Good cricketer.
Good cricketer. Goes left. He's played on before he's even got to the mark. Whitelaw steps inside. Good hands. Goes to Storick. Storick nearly hit Gillow. Gillow. Now Warmbrun is there. Going to be free kick to Warmbrun, is it?
Legged him.
Legged him. Warmbrun.
Storick.
Storick, sorry.
Sebastian Storick.
Sebastian Storick. Warmbrun 44. So here's get him right back in the game. Seb Storick. What do you got on him, Foz?
Yeah, another one of the Blair Brownless Academy.
Oh, is it?
He's ex-GYC, so he's graduated. Flashy player, says Blair.
Storick. 40. Gillow on the mark. Floats and misses. Hits the post, in fact. Bashes into the advertising boarding. Little flash there.
Inside 53 apiece in this second quarter. Schoenmaker twirls the ball in his hand. There's another ball on the ground there, which might be an issue. But here comes McKercher now, chest mark. So tight contest. They lead by 11, but they're into the breeze this quarter are the Blues.
All this side of the ground, Launceston. Every player on this side, broadcast side of the ground.
Off the hands of Burling. Reach off there. Storick again. Picks it up. Gets tackled in front of the crowd here.
You see that Jones is trying to keep his width on that wing. But everyone in this little corridor, Max.
Yeah, it's very crowded. Be playing into Launceston's hands at the moment, though. Clarence need a bit of space to get the ball forward.
Burgess lays a big tackle on Cowley. Near the boundary line. And the ball up. Harry Burgess, a player with a fair bit of senior experience. So some tired-looking players already in these conditions. Grand final, a lot of pressure, big ground. In the ruck now for Clarence there is George Octoloni. Another boundary throw-in. So Cam Owen, I think he's just off the ground at the moment. No, he's resting up forward, actually, Cam Owen. So Octoloni taking the ruck duties against Aganis. Does well, Octoloni. Takes the ball out of the air, but then the handball's not great. Chasing after it there is Hugo. Coughs it up. Burling. Runners wanted. Chance off the ground. Chilcott to space. Josh Curtis there, the young Tassie Devil player, worked his way into the side late in the season. Sees the ball out of bounds in the pocket. Blues lead by 11. 10 minutes gone.
Yeah, tight contest. Plenty of body checks. Plenty of contested footy in these conditions. I think that Launceston have still got control on the scoreboard, but in general play, Clarence are meeting them right in this quarter with that little breeze going down towards the city end. Here's Whitelaw, been busy. Ball comes out. Which way is it going to bounce? Kai Lunson plays that goalkeeper role well. Goes again, good pick up. He actually gave it. He gave it to Beaumont. Was on the good side for them because the umpire didn't spot it. Beaumont kicks top of the square. Ball goes out of bounds off hand. That was a little rugby pass, and with the Wallabies playing this week, and what a tragic loss that was against New Zealand the other night. I actually watched a bit of that, and
Yeah, great game.
it was a very good game, the rugby union. Into that one, Max?
Didn't see any of it. I do like watching it.
You were still celebrating the Tigers' victory out at Longford. Spent the week there, they tell me. Kick out, doesn't go far because it finds Liam Jones. So Liam Jones. This is going to be, I reckon, beyond him, boys. Doesn't get massive penetration on his kicks. He chooses to go to Miller Hodge, taken high. Yes. He was 2 against 1 in the end, and Hodge went up. And he's going to have a shot.
Tough.
Still tough, yeah, with that breeze, Foz, my word.
Tough
Even
assignment
for someone of your ability.
Tough assignment too there for young Blake Harper. Just Hodge with that pace. He hands it off. McKercher, I think it is. Left foot. Second goal of the day. Offline. So they've missed a couple of really good opportunities, Max, in this second quarter.
Yes, they have, Dave, and Clarence would be keen to get the ball down the other end of the ground at the moment because Launceston have just slowed the game right down. And
that's not a good kick.
Oh, my gosh. Doesn't make it any easier for your forwards when your fullback kicks it out of the ground.
Miller Hodge. Could have gone inboard. Decides not to. Top of the square. Who's going to fly? It was Tina McCormack was the flyer. Ball comes down the deck. Interesting, still no Cooper Warren, Max. Their second leading goal kicker. Just has the good hands, especially if it's not raining, to take that mark. Still sits on the bench. Cormack, Tiernan, the brothers McCormack playing. Good tackle. McKercher. Now he's going to have a shot, Colby McKercher.
Just having a look how Launceston set up too. They've got 4 loose in the outside 50, whereas all the Clarence forwards have gone down to just smother the ground.
The old-fashioned... smother, as you said.
But as soon as the ball comes out, there's no other choice but to kick it to Launceston guys.
Here's McKercher. Tough kick. He plays on, gets an extra yard. Pierces into the wind. McKercher to the line. Offhands, the umpire says. Just going that extra yard with pace. So they reset, and they're going to go again, Clarence.
Good spoil there by Wade Wall, with experience. Just got over the top of the contest and knocked it through. So, Borsboom. From full back, low kick, doesn't come off, taken by Canny. They'll launch again. A lot of inside 50s at the moment for Launceston. Canny summing up his options. Finds a bit of space. Burling, Hodge, neither can take the mark. Smacked out of defence by the Roos. Up here towards Schoenmaker. Handball Hyatt. To Fellows, chaos ball, bouncing, taken by Hodge, looks for an outlet, that's Cowley, left foot to the goal square, plenty of roos there for the spoil. In fact, they take the mark back there. Good work for Harry Cornelius. Cornelius goes wide, very wide. How's the umpire see that? Throw it in.
They're wasting some opportunity, aren't they,
kick, doesn't he?
But to Launceston's credit, they're just smothering the ball. You know, every time Clarence look up to say, let's clear it out of here, they've got nothing but blue jumpers to look at.
Bounty throw in. Wade Wall in the ruck. Up against Tiernan McCormack. Taken there for Clarence by Tompkins. He's tackled. So low scoring second quarter, just the one goal.
Even in this general play, Launceston still with two defenders back there, Wiggins and Schoenmaker. Schoenmaker will just love that. He'll get himself in the right position if it goes that way. It's not going to, though, because Tom Beaumont gets it. Here's Cowley, left foot, piercing kick, good kick, finds Hodge. Well, he's been busy as a half forward, Miller Hodge. Continues to lead with his excellent running ability. They're just struggling to match him up at the moment.
Nice kick, Sam Cowley.
Very good on the left. Another player to make his debut this season for Launceston, Sam Cowley.
Heavy knockdown at the Twin Ovals.
Didn't end well for him, did it?
He was out for quite a few weeks with that one.
Yeah, so just the structure here at the moment for Clarence just not working. There's no space for them even to run into when they get the footy. Miller Hodge, 15 minutes gone, second quarter. This will be handy. Point. It's going to be a handy point.
It is. Inside 50s will be interesting at the moment too, like
yep.
Clarence with the breeze.
Only 3 as opposed to Launceston 7. So pretty even in the clearances and the hit-outs. Whitelaw from fullback. Jack O'Neill front position, takes a strong mark, the young man. Jack O'Neill kicks towards full forward. It's fading away from the pack. Tompkins couldn't take it. That was Cornelius, sorry. He gets out of fullback. Ned Ward spills the mark. Owen working hard. Little handball forward. McKercher weaves his way through. Puts his teammate under a heap of pressure. Hyde on the follow-up. Out and out of Canny. Inside out kick. Here's another behind.
Once again, Max, coming out here, it was 3-on-2, wasn't it? It was Launceston 3, outnumbered Clarence.
Yeah. Clarence just got to pull a couple back, I think, to give them something to kick to when they do get possession. If you're down there listening, coaches.
Well, they've got the breeze, don't they, Clarence?
Yeah.
They've got a breeze, and at the moment they're going as far away from the middle of the ground as they can. So,
just not prepared to take the game on at the moment, being very defensive.
A couple of kicks there. They managed to find each other, but they're tucked away on that far wing. It's going to be close. Here's Owen. He's going to be the target. It's a good mark.
McGee.
The player that just came on the ground, McGee. A bit taller than me. Jack Tremaine got the job on Foley. Finds his own possession. It's a hanging ball in the air. They had to go with Josh Barnes. Didn't get it. Turnover. Burling. Inside 50. Here's Warren. Ball fell short in that breeze. They've got to lead at the footy. And it's well done there by the Clarence defender in Hugo. Aussie's man likes him. They go sideways again.
Osborne's been all right back there too.
Yeah, they're doing okay because they're not hurting them on the scoreboard. It's going to be free kick against Gillow, was it? Just hand on the shoulder. Umpire says play on advantage. Well, it's a heavy knock on the head down there. McGee goes towards the boundary. Out of bounds.
Today's broadcast is, the stream is sponsored by the Daily Potato Co. Thanks for their support this season.
They want to keep playing that side, Max, which is when that wind's soft, that looks as though it's
blowing
the
it to
hard
there.
side.
Yeah.
So
Come up this side of the centre. Bang. Goal.
the dead pocket over there. But Clarence, 15 points down. Owen. Here's Hyatt. Geez, he was clean before, Isaac Hyatt. Twists and turns, ducks his head, gets out of it, kicks into the smother of his Devils teammate in Callanan.
Oh, Foz would remember about where the ball is now. Back in the old York Park days, there was actually a long jump pit there inside the fence
Remember
for
that? Yep.
for the old school sports. You ever jump into it, Foz?
No, I didn't, but I remember coming to see the 400-metre track here and the school sports. Yeah, it was
nice
the track back in the day before St Leonard's.
Be nice to be old, boys.
It is.
Just reminisce.
Except when you get out of bed.
I
It's out by Hyatt.
read about it.
Nice mark. That was well taken there by Josh Curtis. Starting to get a few possessions. Kick inside 50. McGee was there. And over his head.
But at least they seem to have it on this side of the ground now. So, if they can get it in and get a forward to mark it.
Just their fourth entry of the quarter. Bounty throw in. Veteran Wade Wall, life member at Clarence Footy Club. Wins it down only as far as Canny. Gets his hands free. Chance Wade Wall. Kicks it out of bounds on the full. Schoenmaker the free kick as the rain sweeps across UTAS Stadium.
Oh, he's dropped it. So he went to play on Foz and he dropped the ball. The umpire wasn't even watching when he did it. Schoenmaker, it's a good kick. It's going to fall short again. Oh, good second grab off his teammate, Colby Whitelaw. Two Little Ducks, 22. Been good this quarter. Might pull up a little bit sore there. He comes wide, but at least they got on this side now. Corey Lovell. Inside 50, Wall flies. Looks for a free kick. Umpire says no.
Would have loved to have seen that kick. Just a bit of airtime top of the square.
Yes, put them under pressure.
Why kick it deep into a forward pocket to a big contest? Put it at the top of the square where it makes a few backmen nervous.
Well, that's the Melbourne game plan, wasn't it? And it didn't work for them. They just keep kicking the pockets. Yeah. Try and get a goal from these forward line stoppages. Callanan could have, but he fumbles. Here it comes. You can hear the rain. Out the back, here's McKercher. Don't argue. Try to take him on. Callanan caught him. Probably should have been holding the footy twice there. They get away with it. Here's Canny off the deck. Burling, clean. Jones, ducks, weaves, turns. Caught. Holding the footy. Yes. Wow.
Good tackling, Clarence Footy Club. Josh Barnes.
So Barnes. Geez, Whitelaw. McKercher went to don't argue and was caught. He was lucky. Top of the square, Schoenmaker, 1, 2, 3, bites the cherry. That's a mark, umpire. Umpire didn't see the first one. Says, give it to me, 15 metres out from goal. I reckon he got all touches on that ball then.
I agree.
From behind, being the taller player. Ari Schoenmaker. Forward line stoppage, Clarence. It's been all them the last couple of minutes. They need a goal. Just for this game before half-time, about 4 minutes left. It's been hard work, hasn't it? The showers just sweep across the ground every couple of minutes, and then it just clears up, and another one comes. There's going to be a ball up 10 metres out from goal. Wall tries to make some space. Clarence can't get their foot on the ball. Launceston's tackling good. Something's got to give, Max. Something has to give.
And this is the difference between Launceston's forward line and Clarence. Launceston's still just going one-on-one as Clarence are, so they've got no loose when the ball does come out, Clarence.
Wall takes it. Wall takes it. One of our great supporters, Cameron Brown, the greatest mind in Tassie footy, just texted me. No mark, he said. No mark. That's his southern bias coming out at him. I'll give you the tip. Maybe it was my northern bias. That's a push in the back. There's the give.
Works both ways.
I'm on Brownie's side.
No mark.
No.
Jeepers.
Good groups are saying no mark as well.
No mark. Fingers.
17 people touched it.
All right, fair enough. This is a mark to Schoenmaker.
Takes it inside defensive 50.
Good to see Cameron's listening and watching anyway. So
he's one of the water boys, of course.
He is one of the water boys. The wingman, they call him down south.
Towards the boundary line. Gee, that's a good mark over there. Is that Braden Fellows?
That's him.
He's taken it, sort of dragged him with one hand. Now, big couple of minutes here. A goal either way in a low-scoring contest would be huge. So Launceston, who haven't been in their attacking 50 for quite a while now, kick up the wing. Foley front position, nearly took the mark. On the spillage, McKercher dispossessed. Holding the ball, says umpire Nick Butler. So, not sure who the tackler was. It was Jack Callanan, in fact. His fellow Devil.
Umpire Max Walker agreed.
Ryan Borsboom. He's got a bit of space, Ryan Borsboom. Gets it nicely there, and the mark taken by Flynn Marshall. Thinks about going back to Borsboom, telegraphs it and does it. Borsboom, low kick, not bad. Oh, the mark dropped there by Ned Ward. So there's a chance here now for Schoenmaker. But went out of bounds, and Ned Ward, the young man, not happy with himself there. Ex-JYC, tall forward.
Inside 50s for Dave Gruber, please.
9 to Launceston, 7 to Clarence. That's evened up. It was quite a disparity there not long ago. We've just got about 90 seconds to go here.
Just can't take a mark, can they, Clarence?
Bounty throw in, front position. Doing well there is Wiggins. It's just going to be contest stoppage after the contest stoppage here.
It's been 5 behinds for the quarter to Launceston, and it's been 1-1 to Clarence. So a real winner footy.
Wade Wall won the tap, close to the boundary line. They'll be happy for it to go over. Kai Chilcott.
It's been down there for 5 minutes. Not even a shot on goal.
Yeah, got up as far as the wing, but it comes straight back again.
Minute left.
Can they fashion something here, the Roots? Wall and Wiggins. Wall wins it. At his feet, though. Wiggins' little kick. Burling little kick. Chance now, Lovell. Takes it. Does well. Left foot. Towards Blake Harper. It overcooks the kick, though. It's out of bounds. Max,
well, they still
need to go direct.
Well,
dead pocket.
Direct, and they just still keep kicking over there where the wind's, playing into Launceston's hands. They're just, bottling it up in that pocket. They'll be more than happy for this last minute or two over there.
Fozzie hands over for the last 30 seconds. He gets the throat clear with a nice little cup of tea. Got to keep it going for the afternoon's game. Launceston, of course, will take on Kingborough. That game we'll call here on the live stream. Also simulcast on our City Park radio stations this afternoon. So if you can't get on the live stream, grab on the TuneIn app if you're down south or here in Launceston. 103.7, 96.5. And there's the siren. Well, it was a battle the last 5 minutes. The players have a couple of afters as the rain belts down. Look at the interchange players. They're going racing. Matty Saunders, he won't say no. Central, the emergency umpire gets out there quickly too. I think they're going to break it up pretty quick. So it's half time here in the D-League. If I was the players, I'll be getting off pretty quick because it's now belting down the rain. Clarence, they're 1-5-11. They trail Launceston at 3-8-26. Fozzie turns the rain down. Wish he could turn it off, Foz. Clarence, goal kicker to Callanan. Nice set shot goal. And Launceston all kicked in the first quarter. McKercher, Aganis and Kenny.
Well, three quarters. Half time here. 3-8-26. Launceston, Clarence 1-5-11. And Max, a really dour struggle in that second quarter, wasn't it?
It was Foz, and credit to Launceston's backline. I thought they held out really well, especially that last 5, 6, 7 minutes when Clarence probably had the opportunity to get 1 or 2 goals. They just made poor choices as the kick, and that came from the setup behind the ball of Launceston. So they had plenty of opportunity up the other end. Launceston as well would have been very happy taking that time off the clock, having the ball in their forward line, even though they didn't kick a great deal of goals.
They missed some easy opportunities. They could have been 2 or 3 more goals.
Yeah, Maloney, 5 metres out, decided to do the fancy stuff and hit the post, which wouldn't please the coach, I don't imagine. But that half's gone now. They've got to reset, get themselves composed. Be interesting to see, we mentioned earlier before the game, it's a development league, so fitness and so forth won't be an issue with the heavy ground and all that type of thing. And exciting second half about to start in 20 minutes or so.
We'll just have Dave Group stats before we have a bit of a break here on City Park Radio. The hit-outs, Launceston 15, Clarence 32, so 19-5 in that quarter, so they really got on top in that statistic. Clarence lead the clearances as well, 20-16, 7 apiece in that quarter. Inside 50s, Launceston 20 to Clarence 16. Marks inside 50, only 3 for the quarter. They all went to Launceston, and they lead that stat 3-2 over the day. And free kicks 11 to Launceston, 10 to Clarence. We'll take a break here at half time, and we're back in about 10 or 15 minutes or so. We'll hear from the boys, our boundary riders. They're going to the rooms at half time to get us a bit of a report. So half time, Clarence 1-5-11, trailing Launceston 3-8-26 in the D-League Grand Final. Okay, so we're back here at UTAS Stadium after half-time. It's Launceston 3-8-26. Clarence 1-5-11. We've got the boys on the boundary down there. What do you got for us, boys?
Yes, I was in the Launceston rooms. The coach took the team behind closed doors, so couldn't tell you what he said, but I couldn't see any injury worries for them either, so they're still fully fit. I had to talk to the coach coming out the ground. He was quite surprised that Clarence used that far side of the ground as well. But he's very happy with with their first quarter. He would have liked Launceston to be 8-3 instead of 3-8, but he was very happy with them. So we'll see what happens in the second half. Here's Tony.
G'day, yeah, much the same situation in the Clarence rooms actually. They went behind closed doors for the main speech, but before that the players were milling around. They reckon they're still in this, but a bit like you guys, I think they need to play a little bit more straight and hold their marks. But the mood in the rooms was close, and Peter Ryan, who's down on the bench here assisting Trent Hope with the coaching, feels it's going to be close. So we shall see. No injury concerns whatsoever.
Thank you very much, Tony and Chris, down there on the boundary. Okay, so Lenny Towns there, pretty happy with the Blues at half-time. And Trent Hope, who has played a little bit of footy himself this year in the D-League, but he stepped aside to give his other players a go today, which is a great thing. And, of course, Peter Ryan Macker's had a really good year at Clarence. He nearly got them through to a grand final.
Yeah, look, it was one of those teams that at the start of the year, pre-season, everyone was a bit worried about Clarence, being a great club. Where were they going to end up? I think we did our top fours, and none of us really had them in the top four. Yep. We did say it was probably going to be between them and North, but they exceeded expectations. Their development of their players has been excellent right through their club, and they're right in this game. I said before the bounce, I said 6 goals might win this, and I tell you what, I might have taken the overs, Foz, to be honest.
So yeah,
although Launceston probably should have more than that. We mentioned their misses in that second quarter.
I think Clarence really can't afford to be more than this sort of margin down at three-quarter time, because we're not going to see a 6 or 7 goal quarter, there's no doubt about that.
Well, we weren't critical of Clarence's effort. Like, their effort and their opportunities were great. It was more their structure, which obviously has to come from the coaching box, and just their positioning on the ground, and they kept going to that far side. We've had a lot of rain at half-time. Another shower's come over. We'll see how it goes this quarter. It was Owen to Callanan, and this goes back to the centre circle.
Yeah, the radar, Macca, is looking a little bit bleak.
Yeah, it is. It just keeps coming over, getting everything wet, muddy. Owen with a nice left-hand palm down. There's some surface water. You see Foley. He'll feel it tomorrow. Win, lose or draw. Max is attacking his Chico roll. He just nearly slipped out of his hands, but being the good slipstreader he is, he caught the Chico on the bounce. And he got it. Boys have had their lunch, up and going for a big afternoon of TSL footy. Lots of water on the ground. Inside 51. 2 bites of the cherry to the Launceston defender. Jones, clean. Fellows, likewise. Hit up. Beaumont. Going to get a free kick, chopping of the arms. Thomas Beaumont had a really good season as well in the Devils. Jones. This is just silly now. They don't know what's going on.
Sayward was shepherded off the mark there.
Sayward was being a bit of a pest, I think, to be honest. And Jones he was a bit pesty too, Liam Jones. It's just silly, really. Let him play on. No, Beaumont, 17-year-old, strong body. Really had an influence late in the season at that Devils inside mid. Played a bit half forward as well. Strong player, left foot. Nice kick. Garnis got pushed in the back. Umpire saw it against Owen. And Garnis takes front spot. Just got to spread and go. This is going to be 50. No, he's going to get rid of all of them. So they're getting told off here like naughty school kids. Garnis, nice hit, top of the square. They fly. Miller Hodge, been really good first half. He's been sat on.
Yep.
Yeah, they come over the top and got him on the back of the neck. Just in the conditions. Don't know. It was there. Umpire's paid it. And he's going to have a free kick from 20 metres out. Maybe a little bit further once he kicks it. A really experienced player, Miller Hodge. Just got injured at the wrong time of the season. Couldn't get back in. Did a little bit of running for the seniors to keep his fitness up. Bad shoulder. Playing in that half-forward role today. I reckon he's enjoying it. Much rather prefer to play this afternoon, I'm sure. But he's been really good with these younger kids. And there's a goal. Good goal to Miller Hodge. Now it's really getting difficult for Clarence. They're 1-5-11. They trail Launceston at 4-8-32.
Earlier today, it was Clarence 6-8-44. Defeated Launceston 3-7-25 in the under-18s.
And it was Tony Aganis' kick that set that up. We spoke about it in the second quarter, the way that Clarence were bringing the ball deep into their forward line with the breeze. He just sat the ball up 20 metres out in front. There's always going to be a contest, and when Hodge made the second effort, got sat on and got rewarded.
It just puts the defenders under more pressure, doesn't it? You know, and they give those free kicks away.
Owen wins the tap nicely. Burgess gets it back to Owen. Torpedo inside 50. They need to answer that one quickly to the Roos. Oh, gee, that was a nice spin out there by Jonty Doran. Couldn't get an effective possession out. It's to Saywood. Okay, with Saywood, who's played a fair bit of senior footy. Saywood up towards full forward. Doing well there is Connor McGee. Couldn't get his kick away. Foley sells some candy. Jonty Doran tackles him. And Doran, the 2 times under-18 best and fairest for the Clarence Footy Club, will have a shot on goal. Be a tough one with the breeze coming across the mark, but we'll see how he goes. This will be handy.
Left goalpost, Dave, and it should go straight through the middle.
Jonty Doran also played a bit of senior footy this season. And he comes. 10 metres in from the boundary. Never looked like it. Just sneaks in for a behind. 1-6-12 to 4-8-32.
Left point post wasn't the play, Max.
I said goal post.
Oh, no. He misheard you.
Well, he was waving the ball around like it was
point post.
Yeah.
Show and Maker.
You just keep on that Chico roll. Hard ball get on the Chico Max.
Nice from McKercher back to Schoenmaker. From half back, he'll launch an attack for Launceston.
Schoenmaker is Hodge, the space behind. Jet Maloney puts the pace on. He looks to slip over. He keeps his feet. Miller Hodge gives it over the top to Maloney. Hasn't been his day off the deck. Didn't quite get the foot on it. Tackle in the goal square. Here's the pressure from Launceston. It's going to be well earned today. This premiership from either side. Hodge back to Burling. Burling steps over the line. Here's another rain storm comes across. Sam Foley working hard. He was in the back line a minute ago. Now he's forward. Bring the body on as the boys look at the radar, and it's getting lots more blue and yellow on that radar. There was more scattered showers this morning during the under-18s, but it could be here. Beaumont to Foley, left foot kick, Hodge top of the square. Umpire says play on. Jet Maloney puts the finger up, and that's the goal. Jet Maloney, he's been looking to do that all day, and that's what he does. The leading goal kicker in the comp, 45 goals for the season. That takes him to 46. He put the finger up to the crowd. He loved that one, Max Walker.
And it's really starting to look a bit ominous, isn't it, for the Clarence Roos here. Just a couple of quick goals there in the first 5 or 6 minutes of this quarter to Launceston, blown the margin right open now to 26 points. And whilst it doesn't seem a lot in the context of a normal game.
I was nearly going to go, that's the sealer, but I thought it was probably a bit early for our listeners and our viewers. Yeah, 26 points, Max, in these conditions.
Owen and Aganis unopposed. Ganny. He's tackled from behind. Just going back, once again, the value of Ari Schoenmaker from those fullback kicks. He got his 20 metres. He gets straight over beautifully to McKercher. So he's a real rebound attacking player is Ari Schoenmaker. Comes now to Callanan towards full forward. Bouncing ball taken by Doran. Gets it off now to Lovell. His kick's not great. He has to pursue it himself. And it'll end up out of bounds. So bounty throw in. Just about 10 metres round from the 50-metre line.
You not happy, Captain?
No, all good.
Captain.
All good. There's Sam Cowley. He lays a tackle there on Lovell. So it'll be another ball up.
Max and I were just distracted by someone in the crowd, Foz. We were letting you go.
That's
and
right.
Max and I were having a little bit of a chat.
Just making sure I had your microphones turned off. That was all.
No, we were off.
Up it goes. Owen wins the tap. Skates from the contest. Schoenmaker kicks smothered by Lovell. Lovell again. Might have got a shove in the back there. Play on. Tough footy inside the attacking 50 for Clarence. Players thrown out of the contest. Be a ball up. 8 minutes gone. It's Launceston by 26.
It's so easy to try and play for free kicks in these conditions, isn't it, for the players? You saw a Clarence guy then, 50-50, but threw himself forward trying to convince the umpire.
Another stoppage. It's a tough footy at the moment. Don't forget, coming up later on today, Launceston versus Kingborough in the senior grand final. It's going to be a rough and tough game, that one, in these conditions. Cowley off the ground. They want deliberate. Umpire says throw it in.
He actually didn't mean to kick it then, Cowley. I think he was just running and it sort of hit his boot, and because of his speed, just went out of bounds.
But you see it every day in the AFL. They don't mean to kick it there sometimes. You can see it's a shank.
He didn't even mean to kick it, though. The ball hit his boot rather than him hit the ball.
Bounty,
good call, umpire.
Bounty throw in. McGannis wins the tap. Burling's in there. They work it out, Launceston, to Maloney, who's up the ground. Here's Schoenmaker. Taps it to himself. Heavily disguised as Kai Chilcott. Off the ground there by Callanan. Ends up with Canny. Gee, we're going to see a lot of this sort of footy. Or Canny drags it back in a little bit. The umpire says I'll ball it up again. So a lot of stoppages inside 50s this quarter for Dave Gruber. 5 to Clarence, 2 to Launceston. But 2 entries, 2 goals for the Blues.
Aganis. Beaumont. Started the third quarter well. Tom Beaumont out in front of Burling. Looks to turn his opponent inside out. Can't. His opponent there in Hugo. He had not a bad day. So right on centre wing. Launceston a really handy lead. 5-8-38. Lead Clarence 1-6-12. Max gets his second half of his Chico roll underway. Shallow throw in. Oh, he's taken out of the contest there, the Launceston player in Canny. It's been pretty good, Canny, I reckon, for the whole 3 quarters so far. Been busy early. Tries to give to Schoenmaker. It doesn't. Now hit up. Good mark. Good lead, good mark, good kick. Isaac Hyatt. He'll look to go on the left inboard, and he does. Goes now inside 50. That's Connor Reetoff. Oh, had him on the lead too. Did Connor McCormack, but it just went to that dead pocket. The one that we were pretty critical about Clarence in that second quarter. We just think they wasted it. Now they trail by 26 points. More rain. Boundary throw in. Burling turns inside. Aganis just gets a fingertip on it. That's all it had to be. Clarence get it out. And I get the binoculars up, Fozzle. On the other side, hard to see, especially with the mud on the jumpers.
Look, it's young Beerley.
Beerley, left foot, nice kick. Goes centre wing. But it's all Launceston at the moment. Just in general play, they're just winning these contested possessions, hands on the footy. And their tackling pressure's been good. Wall just keeps kicking it back to those Launceston defenders. Good sidestep, inside, outside, ball spoon. Been one of Clarence's best across. The Clarence forward, Warmbrun, has his opponent on the lead. Oh, that's out of bounds on the foot. No, off the knee. Well, I don't know that. All right. Going to be a throw in right in front of the scoreboard hill area here at UTAS. It's been a big season here at UTAS. A few Hawks games. We've seen NTFA finals back. Seen AFLW here last night. And then, of course, the cricket season to come. That's holding the footy. It's going to be a free kick.
Against Schoenmaker, incorrect. No, I've done it again. It's Kai Chilcott, incorrect disposal.
It's going to be a free kick to Clarence. The ball's going to come back. See who's going to get it there with the long sleeves.
It's Brendan Hay, I think it is.
Brendan Hay. Played some senior footy, Brendan Hay.
It's a bit of a veteran at Clarence.
Number 38 with the, looks like the old-fashioned short sleeve over the top of the long sleeve, Max. Is that how you're reading it? No, the Chico roll's finished. Here we go.
I am reading it that way, Mako. You're 100% right.
The old-fashioned rather than the long sleeve. So Brendan Hay, well, Clarence need this to have any hope, you'd think. We'll have the win in the last quarter. He gets it over the umpire's head. He pumps the fists, and they say there's a pulse. There's a pulse for the Clarence Roos. especially with that little bit of breeze. If the rain can stop for some bit of miracle time and they play the ground better in the last quarter, anything's possible. They move along now, 2-6-18. They trail by an even 20. Launceston 5-8-38.
Yeah, Ryan Borsboom again involved. He's been pretty good today.
Very busy.
Today's broadcast, the stream sponsored by DALY Potato Co. Sponsored all the TSL streams throughout the year. Thank you for your support. So we're about to get underway again. There'll be no more bouncing the ball today. It's going to be thrown up in the gluey centre of the ground. Wade Wall wins the tap. Only as far as Foley, who kicks it off the ground. Gets it a half forward. Ball spills. Burgess. Whitelaw. Ball ricochets off. Goes Octoloni there. Number 52. In fact, it was Ryan Borsboom again. In the long sleeves. Boundary throw in. No injury concerns at the moment for either team. Despite the pretty heavy conditions, a lot of body contact. Is Owen. Down to Burgess. Smart play off the ground towards half forward. Fellows flies high. Off the ground there by Isaac Hyatt. Now there's a foot race. Flynn Marshall up against Liam Jones. Liam Jones kicks it off the ground. Flynn Marshall still beside him. What does Jones do this time? He tries to pick it up. They dive for the ball. Good contest. Spills out of bounds. Probably hear in our effects mic the rain on the roof. Level 4 here at UTAS Stadium. It's been pretty consistent since the start of, or just before half time. Front position, Owen. Canny has it. Spills out. Close to the boundary line. The Kircher sees it over. Another boundary throw in. Margin is 20 points. About 10 minutes left in the third quarter. Tough going here at UTAS. Here's a chance for the Roos. Quick kick forward, but met there by Fellows. Off they go now through Shonemaker. Long left foot with the breeze inside 50. Maloney dives and takes the mark. Too strong for Billy on that occasion. He used his body nicely, dived for the ball, and he's got a chance here to kick his second for the quarter. Yeah, well, he had 45 this season.
He had a couple of moments, didn't he, in the first half he'd probably rather forget. But the quality rises to the top in the premiership quarter. The talent's there's no doubt.
To take the margin back out to 26. Jet Maloney, son of Joey Maloney. Played a bit of footy in northern Tasmania back in my era. Jet Maloney offline. Out of bounds on the full. So inside 50s for Dave Gruber this quarter. 6 to Clarence, 5 to Launceston. So pretty even. But Clarence on top of the hit-outs. But on a day like today, it's pretty hard to get the ball to your on-ballers. Here's Macca McGee.
Yeah, that would have been a really handy goal from directly in front. But to miss the lot wasn't great. Launceston player gets tackled on the far side. And we reset and go again. So it's back to 20 points. Third quarter of the D-League Grand Final. Garnis and Owen, they've battled all day. Down to Callanan. Snaps it forward. Fellows is there. It's a good tackle there from McKercher. The umpire says throw it in as it just goes over the boundary line. So it's Launceston's to lose here at the moment. They just need probably another one, maybe two, if they can manufacture it before three-quarter time. Make it really difficult for Clarence. Here's Beaumont again. Good quarter inside. Maloney goes through the mitts. Good punch through there over the boundary line from Nick Beerley.
Cullen, I think, is one that Clarence needed. He just needs to try and step it up a level. He started really strong in that, first quarter a bit, but sort of died out of the game in the second half of the second quarter.
I'd love to see him go forward in the last quarter, because I reckon he could snag one or two and cause a few headaches if they can get the ball there and they've got someone to take his spot in the midfield, Max. I reckon just even maybe, give him the forward line, because he's really crafty. It's like his old man. Just try something different. They might have to. Owen, good punch forward, clears the space. Liam Jones turns, left foot. Beaumont's there, Foley's there. Umpire's paid a free kick. Is it Foley?
Yeah, holding the jumper.
No, I think it's going to... Might be going to
O'Neill,
go to
I
Foley.
think, isn't it?
No, it's not even him. Is it
It's Connor McCormack.
Yeah, Connor McCormack. No, it's going to go to Foley.
Yep.
So Sam Foley, there's no doubt they put some time into him today, Foley, but I reckon he's battled pretty manfully.
Slight easing of the rain.
Yes, the sun comes out again somewhat as the Clarence do a triple interchange. So Foley for the 6th goal for Launceston. Normally a pretty good kick, not on that occasion, but he finds Maloney! Jet Maloney. Well, some would say that was a set play. I don't think so by the looks of his reaction there, Foley. But Jet Maloney, right time, right place.
Has he got the right boots?
Well, he missed the last one, but he's definitely made a difference this quarter as Jet Maloney. You look to maybe put a little nail in the coffin. Maloney, got it! He raises the finger again, he's excited. And Jet Maloney turns it on in this quarter for his second. Should have probably had 3 or 4. And that's his 47th goal for the season, Jet Maloney.
If I'm not mistaken, it's the first multiple goal kicker today.
Oh, my word.
2 to Jet Maloney, both in this quarter. So inside 50s now, 6 to Clarence, 5 to Launceston. And they kicked 3 out of those 5 entries. So they've been pretty efficient going forward, Maxie.
Yeah, they certainly have. And, bit of a skew whiff kick there from Foley, but there was so much space open in front. We talk about, was it a set play? It wasn't, but everyone had gone back behind the ball, behind the goal line there, just to wait for the shot at goal, but it didn't eventuate.
The old-fashioned playing in front, Maxie.
Absolutely. Plenty of space, and Jet was the man.
As Josiah Burling gets a free kick from the back end of the centre square there. He has a player in space in Tony Aganitz, who takes the Jets mark. Kicked a goal earlier in the game. Player streamed forward. He's going to go the long kick. Tony, not a bad one. Gets good purchase. Maloney again, front position. Off the hands of Warren on the ground. Bealey tries to knock it away. Warren with a handball. Whitelaw. Caught is Colby Whitelaw. Umpire has mercy and says no prior. So 25 out from Launceston's goal. And 26 points the margin. 5 to play in this third quarter. Warren, snap on goal. Couldn't get it. Chance now. McKercher hovering. Couldn't pick it up. Callanan did well. Nice little handball out of Saywood. He leans back on a torp. Up the wing. Only as far as Josiah Burling, who takes the mark. So they'll pump it back in again. He's going to go top of square. He does now. Cooper Warren in the contest. Well done, the Clarence defence. Picking it up there was Josh Curtis. They get it away. Warmbrun chases the ball. But the other 44 gets there first. That's Fellows. Gets clear. Kick to the goal square. Maloney from behind. Flies. Off hands, I think. Yes, it was. Colby Whitelaw through for a behind. Frenetic passage of play. And it's 6-9-45 to 2-6-18. Now the kick from fullback wasn't a great one. It was just touched inside by Cade Saywood. So the crowd all up under cover today. No one's out in the elements. You hear them getting a bit vocal as it's right in front of them. Boundary throw in. 3.5 to go. Taken by Owen. Quick kick away is pretty good. Sebastian Storrick's got it. Now they stream forward. They dearly would love a goal to finish this quarter. He goes to 45. Kick to Saywood. Intercepted by Jones. Tapped on. Picking it up now again is Jones. Kicks to the hot spot. Maloney and Warren are there. Warren front position. Off hands. Bealey falls over. And he gets pushed in the back. He didn't fall over. Well, he did, but it was because of a bit of pressure from Maloney. So Bealey goes sideways to Whitelaw. Slightly dangerous, but Whitelaw takes the mark back pocket.
Whitelaw, saw a lot of him in the first quarter especially. Down the line, they battle. Oh, nearly the player on the ground there actually fell over initially and nearly landed in his arms. Might have been Burling, I think. Ball comes out now. Good turn and spin and handball from Brodie Wiggins. Foley looks for Warren over his head. Here's Miller Hodge. Tries to put defensive pressure on, can't. Comes out in front of Callanan and goes out of bounds in front of him and Connell McCormack.
They're just pumping it out of defensive 50, Clarence, aren't they? They're just holding back the damn wall here.
Yeah, they got, 3 minutes? 2 minutes, just over 2 minutes to go. They're going to have to kick 5 in the last quarter. It could be possible if they get the structures right. Rain stays away. There's a little bit of breeze again. Launceston would have to basically not touch the footy. It's going to be difficult, but not impossible. So Launceston, what have they kicked this quarter? Launceston, 3 goals, 1 for the quarter. It's what they needed to do just to start putting the pressure on. Clarence right on the scoreboard. Whitelaw gets the kick out, but it goes once again towards that boundary line. The Clarence heat map has very much been that far side of the ground, Max.
It certainly has, Matthew. Just not willing to come this side, but every entry that Launceston have had this quarter from, marks or free kicks or whatever, they've hit it right to the perfect spot to make a contest in front of the goals.
Owen put the mid out and took it himself and then kicked it to half forward. Goal here would be handy to Clarence. They're doing it soccer style, but Wiggins doing what he does, plays that old-fashioned fullback role and does it well. Out in front of Connell McCormack. He picks it up. It's cut off, though, by Clarence. They're working hard to get this goal. Lovell, inside 50. Still outnumbered at the deck. Off hands, I reckon. It is. Just touched off hands. Amari Schoenmaker, he just got a mid on it as the ball went past him. And that was the one they could have done with.
Now we've got the sunshine out here at UTAS Stadium. Schoenmaker, little kick smart. Finds his teammate over there in Lunson. Kai Lunson just wants to settle things down. As Macca said earlier, he made his Devils debut this year. Up the wing. Nice Mark Owen. One last thrust here. 30 seconds to go.
Free kick.
No. Free kick. That's a big one because they might have gone back into attack. Now to Fellows. Can Launceston score the late goal? Here they go. Towards half forward. Chance here. Foley clears him all. Bealey did really well to meet the contest. And in fact, he ends up getting the free kick. So good work. He's been pretty good back there. Young Nick Bealey, brother of James. Plays in the seniors. So that's 3/4 time. And it's Clarence 2-7-19. They kicked 1 goal, 2 in that quarter. Launceston 6-9-45, 3 goals, 1. Margin 26 points. The Blues led by 12 at quarter time, by 15 at half time, and now by 26. Your thoughts, boys?
I'll do the goal kickers.
Yes, please
Jet
do.
Maloney leads all comers with 2. Liam Canny, Aganis, Miller Hodge and Colby McKercher. A couple of afters going on here.
Jack Tremaine in amongst it.
As the boys go to their huddles. So I'll just do that again. It was 2 to Maloney, 1 to Canny, Aganis, Hodge and McKercher. And for Clarence, Callanan and Brendan Hay that quarter got their goal.
Okay, so Max, the third quarter is that match-winning quarter, isn't it? The championship quarter, and the Blues did pretty well. They're probably not home just yet, but they're not far away.
They're about 1 kick away from being home, I think, David. And 3 goals, 1 for the quarter with the Breeze, which is about on par. They kicked 3-3 in the first quarter, so being consistent there. Clarence managed to get 1-2 against the Breeze, so which is more than what they kicked against it in the first quarter. So got a lot of work to do. The Clarence forwards this quarter. The key's going to be, their ruckman is going to, big Cam Owen, he's just going to have to punch the ball. I've seen him a couple of times today. Instead of just trying to tap it and palm it in the path of his on-ballers, I think what he needs to do this quarter is just punch it forward en masse. They're going to be running with the flow of the ball and just get it deep into that forward 50. A lot of their entries, especially at the northern end of the ground against the Breeze, have been very shallow. But I think if they can get it out of the middle, get 1 or 2 goals in the first 5-8 minutes, there's still 17 or 18 minutes to go there, and just gives them a bit of a sniff. And Launceston, their backline have been superb today, hasn't it? It's been really, really well led. You talk about Wiggins back there and Schoenmaker and likes of these guys, so they'll have to stand up, and they're not afraid to run off as well. We've seen Schoenmaker at both ends of the ground, just positioning himself to get the ball off his teammates and so forth. So it's set up for a really good last quarter, but it's really important that Clarence get those first couple to give them a sniff.
Dave Gruber's stats, 49 hit-outs to Clarence, 22 to Launceston, 17 to 10 in that quarter the Roos way. Clearances, 11 to 7 that way, the way of Clarence in that quarter. 31 to 23 over the day, but inside 50s, Launceston lead that 30 to 24 today, 10 to 8 in that quarter. The marks inside 55 to Launceston, 2 to Clarence. They had those 2 in the first quarter. They haven't taken a mark inside 50 in quarters 2 and 3. Free kicks, pretty even, 17 to Launceston, 15 to Clarence. A well-umpired game so far. We'll just take a quick couple of minutes break, and we're back soon with our boundary riders, and we'll set the scene for the last quarter. Okay, welcome back to UTAS Stadium, and score at three-quarter time, 6-9-45 Launceston, Clarence 2-7-19 in the 2022 Development League Grand Final. Got our two boundary riders today, Tony Webb and Chris Sayer, and I think Tony's going to kick us off.
I am. Clarence is still talking about it. They still think they've got a chance. The coach thinks, he's seen a lot of things happen in football and this is not beyond them. Says they've got to be a bit more accountable though. He feels the Launceston are trying to slack them off the ground a little bit at the wrong time, and he wants the forwards to lead more for the ball, directly at the ball, which I interpret as mean don't go into that pocket like they did the last time they kicked with the wind. Here's Chris.
Launceston coach is very happy to see them go down the middle, down the corridor. He says don't let them back in. They will try and get back in, but don't let them. And attitude and effort is two things that has been pressing to them all year. 1 quarter to go of the A&E, as he calls it. And he's very happy, but says, don't let them back in.
Thanks, boys. On the boundary, we'll hear from you again post-game. We'll try and get a couple of grabs with the winning coach and players before the presentations. Here with Dave Moore, Matthew McGee, Max Walker, also Dave Gruber on stats. And we're set to go in the last quarter. Margin 26 points. Can Clarence kick a couple of goals and make this one an interesting finish? Here we go, last quarter of the D-League season. Here's Matthew McGee.
Garnis up against Darwin. They've had a really good battle. Both nearly missed on that occasion. Clarence will look to get a goal early. Brendan Hay, the goal kicker in the third. Kenny burrows in. So they need an early one. Hopefully before the rain comes back. Garnis. He kicked a goal today. Brought the house down early. Sam Cowley. Well tackled. Kenny. McKercher on the up. Garnis, the big cat. Spills it. McKercher back. Beaumont, good tackle. Turnover. Owen, they're away. No, but here it is. Just this gatekeeper at the back in Schoenmaker. So they just have numbers behind the ball all day. Hyatt uses the ball well. He comes wider to Foley, who's worked really hard for a bloke who's been tagged pretty much all day. Fellows had some really bright moments. That's not one of them. Kicks it in the man. Foley gave it back now to O'Neill. Clean again. Hyatt to Foley. Inside 50. Miller Hodge. Misses off hands.
You could just see that drifting across, couldn't you? Nearly there.
Was on that post you said to kick to. You probably could have even hoed the boots in a little bit further, Foley. Got it up in the air a bit and it would have gone through. They go to the far side of the ground again, Clarence. You're not going to win it from there, Ruse, I can tell you that. It's just going to go out of bounds, and it'll stay there for a while. But this one, it doesn't go out of bounds. Spun on its end. Now they're stuck over on that side, Max.
Sebastian Storick with the mark.
Storick. Up and under. Shellmaker sets at the back. And there's that dead pocket. We've talked about it all day. 5 minutes, Foz. I reckon it'll stay there.
Yeah, well, the rain, it held off during three-quarter time, but it's sheets of rain now across the ground. So it's at about 60 out from Clarence's goal. They trail by 27. Need to get some scoreboard action early in this quarter. Cam Owen flips over the back. Burgess can't pick it up. Spinning out his Foley. Kicks it to the wings. Almost a nice mark there for Clarence by Cornelius. He couldn't quite hold on. He's in there fighting again. Here's Cornelius. Jones, or McKercher was, getting a quick kick away towards Maloney. Slight fumble. Here's Whitelaw. They kick it forward. Sebastian Storick again. Gee, that's a good mark in wet conditions. No. Well, was it paid? We got over the shoulder anyway. So he's been lively today, Storick. He's 2 kicks out from goal. Handball's off. Sayward pushed as he kicks it, and that's what makes it float out of bounds.
They haven't learned anything from the second quarter, have they, as to where to kick the ball when they're kicking with the breeze.
Just staying over on that eastern side of the ground. Shellmaker thinks about a switch, does the safety thing, goes close to the boundary line. In fact, fades over. So that breeze has got certainly got some northerly in it, but also it's heading out towards that southeasterly direction. The kicks are just floating out of bounds. Storick again. This time he goes to the top of the square. Fellows off hands. Chance Brendan Hay picks it up. Tremaine's in there. The Blues get it out of the fence. Here's a Gannett, spin of space. Shrugs the tackle like there was no one there. Now to Maloney, who does a slight fumble. Picked up by Sayward. He's met by a Gannis in a big tackle. Out now to Owen. Kick straight away to space. 3 against 1. Jonty Doran couldn't do the one. Flicked out by Chilcott to Foley. Over the head there of Lunson. Overrunning in his shoulder makeup. Lays the tackle on Callanan, who I wonder if he's been moved forward as Macca suggested. He's taken in the tackle. So it'll be a ball up. They still trail by 27, the Roos. The rain gets heavier.
Owen and Aganis. Geez, he was away there before, wasn't he, Big Tony's? Beaumont, good second half. Caught there. Canny, good pressure. Goes back to the big cat. In Tony Aganis. He falls over. Numbers back behind the footy all day. Chilcott. Spins on its end. He's Hyatt. Look at the cleanliness of Hyatt. Up and at him. Cowley. Inside 50. Maloney. Geez, look at that hot wind hold up. Good fist in there from Warren. And now it goes back the other way to Owen.
Owen hands it off now to Blake Harper. He does pretty well to Sayward. Sayward's got a man on in Storick if he can get it to him. He goes instead and tries to find Ned Ward. Not the option. Turnover. Foley. Torrential rain to half forward. Oh, great mark in defence. I think that might be Cornelius. It's hard to pick up the players now. He goes wide here looking for Tompkins. Tompkins takes the mark. Kicks up here towards Wade Wall. Crashes the contest, the big fella. The life member, the veteran, gets the handball away. Gets it to Flynn Marshall. To full forward Wiggins. Lets it go.
They just can't get one-on-one, Max. There was, even when Wall made that contest there, it was 1-on-4. It was 1-on-4 there again. They just can't get ahead of the footy.
No,
Clarence.
they've just worked so hard.
Hard back.
As well.
Yeah.
To get
Jonty Doran got a hand in there in that kick. Forced a boundary throw in, so it stays in attacking 50. Inside 50's this quarter. The Roos have had 4-3 their favour. But I tell you what, it's as heavy as it's been all day here now at UTAS Stadium. You can hear it on the roof. Foley coughs it up. Canny met in the tackle. Taken by Burling, who can't pick it up. Not much to call here at the moment as it's tackle after tackle.
Just let the viewers watch it, Foz.
Yeah, look, it's
There's not much to worry about, is it? We might start our senior preview.
That ball up. Can't see the mountains in the distance now. Kicked forward there by Ruben Tompkins, but marking as Fellows has been pretty good today. He's part of that backline Max mentioned at three-quarter time with Wiggins, Schoenmaker, Lunson. They've been pretty good, all of them back there. Fellows heading towards Burling. Gee, that's a good mark in the conditions. Second grabber. All the time in the world here. Plays on now. Up the wing. McCormack. That was Connolly, couldn't take it. Cowley handballs it sideways. Backwards handball from Borsboom. Ned Ward couldn't take it with him. That was Josh Barnes, beg your pardon. That's going to be another ball up. $27 points the margin. Bounces out of the contest to McKercher. Hands it to Burling. He's caught. Picking up there is Blake Harper. Now Canny. He's caught. Holding the ball. No advantage. So it's going to come back now to Flynn Marshall. Marshall, defensive side of the wing. Big fly from behind. There from Ned Ward. It's out of bounds now. So we've got 17 minutes to play in this grand final. In fact, it's out of bounds in the full, I think. Ari Schoenmaker. It's good penetration into the breeze. Holds up. Cowley over the back. Wins the contest as Cowley can handball it away. Chance here now by Maloney. Kicks to the goal square, one-on-one. Miller Hodges there. Cornelius, handball sideways, dangerously to Bealey.
He's done the shoulder again, Miller Hodge.
He has.
Yeah, he landed on it. It's popped out, and he's called for the trainer straight away. Oh, it's looked dislocated, to be honest. His arm is at not a great angle, I don't think, Max. You've got the knockers up.
Yeah, it's not good. He was in that contest there in the goal square.
Just went down, straight arms out in front of him. Just splayed himself forward, and it's popped as he hit the deck.
Meanwhile, it's still in the forward 50. Canny takes on a couple of tacklers and gets penalised. Free kick, Clarence. Deep in defence, 9 minutes gone. Blues lead by 27.
So it's just going to be a matter of time, you'd imagine, in these conditions. It'll be really difficult for Clarence to even probably get a goal. They step outside, inside there. Wade Wall, the veteran. Punch. No, it's just on. Yes, it is a punch and it's out of bounds. So Clarence, they started well. They were right in the game. Although it was 4 points to 3 goals, and that was probably a bit of an issue. But then second quarter, enough of the football. And just couldn't get it through the big sticks. In these conditions, it's difficult. McKercher, Warren, 1-2 bites of the cherry, can't take it. Whitelaw literally spilt that in the conditions. Gets his own ball back. They go through now through Burgess. Inside 50. Tug of the jumper there. Could have been a free kick to Saunders. Not paid. Get it out. They do now by hand. Oh, it's difficult at the moment. Saunders dives in. Could be below the leg. Somebody call it. That was the slide, wasn't it? The Jamie Lawson rule.
Who? Jamie Lawson?
Didn't he break his leg once upon a time?
Sydney Swans?
Yeah, he broke his leg terribly up there at the SCG.
He was a quick...
Oh! Good highlight. Didn't take it, though. The big fella there in Ned Ward. He got up the unit. In these conditions, that would have been a grab. Yeah, I think it was it Gary Rowan as well. I think he might have been one of the ones. It was SCG, I think.
Yep. Lawson and Rowan both broke their legs.
Yeah, broke their legs, just that slide. Here's Lunson. Well, Sydney Swans play Collingwood later this evening. And big game. The Cats, I'll tell you why we've got a chance. Talking Launceston. Geez, Jake Kolajasny played a good game for the Cats last night. 20-odd touches for Jake. It's a lot for a defender in his role, but he just kept marking the footy in the first half. Or they kept kicking it to him, but I was really pleased to see for Jake. I'm not a great Geelong supporter myself, but with Jake in there, former St Pat's boy, geez, he played well. Over 100 Super Coach points for him. coming, lucky to get over his injury. There was question marks whether he was going to play or not.
Dislocated his knee, I think, the
Yeah,
fortnight ago, didn't he?
Yeah, it was definitely a knee injury.
Yep.
But, so great for him to be part of a grand final. Look after the local lads here. So Clarence, a battle, goes out of bounds again, far side. Just conversing over here, Captain. I hope that's okay with you.
Well, I'm just wondering about poor old Brent Costello, who's probably contemplating having to be out there for the presentations a bit later.
He'll have his entourage, with like lots of umbrellas and marquees, and you won't want that head to get too wet, young Brent.
One of the great water boys with Cam Brown. There's the kick smothered there. So no one can get it out.
Jesse Price.
Jesse Price, yep.
Yeah. Another good youngster come through the Launceston Juniors, Jesse Price.
Son of Darren.
It's him.
Up it goes. It's a really tough here now. It's tougher than it's been all day. For the players to get quality possession. Jones does his best. Handball towards Canny, who takes it. Kick sideways. Over here towards O'Neill. Picked up from by the Roos and pumped forward though. Chance here for Jack Tremaine, but just beats him over the boundary line. Wowzers, it's tropical intensity now, the rain here. Let's hope it eases off before 3 o'clock when we start the seniors grand final. Max says it won't. Boundary throw in. Front position, Octoloni does it well. Chance for the Roosie if they can pick it up. Tremaine battles hard. McKercher caught with it. Ball up.
Unseasonal rain, is it, David?
Yeah, September and August are our wettest months, but gee, this intensity is pretty full on for Tassie. As we're going to get another boundary throw in. Stoppage after stoppage. We'll check some of Groves' stats. We've got 7 inside 50s to Clarence, 4 to Launceston this quarter. Clearance is hard to pick, but 5 to Launceston, 3 to Clarence. Not a lot of quality clearance going on here at the moment. Octoloni with the tap. Whitelaw. Can't pick it up. Now McKercher emerges to Burley. Now, Chris Sayer sent me a message there. It might be a bit cold and wet for post-game interviews. It might be indeed. See how we go. We've still got 11 minutes to go of playing time. Now to play again. So this quarter, just one behind between the two teams across 15 minutes max.
It's 7 inside entries, or 8 now, I think, for Clarence, and haven't been able to score. So that's the story of their day, really, isn't it?
Yep. Front position. Octoloni wins another tap. Little kick by Whitelaw. Here's a show. But Schoenmaker again gets it to Canny. Two of the better players on the ground. Kick outside defensive 50. It's inside again. Burgess front position. Almost takes a good wet weather mark. Brought from behind by Price. In it comes again. This time through Ruben Tompkins, but he kicks it out of bounds on the full. And those advertising hoardings around the boundary line lit up quite brightly. The lights are on here at UTAS Stadium.
Yes, a little extra electricity bill for Gilly to pay this week with the lights. His Schoenmaker just delivers the ball to that far side. And look, a victory like this, it's a D-League victory. They've had to come the hard way after losing the first final. Launceston just got over the line last week too, down in Hobart. A big last quarter. And, that's heavy now. It'll be a memorable victory in these conditions. You won't forget the day you played in 2022 grand final at UTAS Stadium with this rain and the battle it's been. They really did make it hard though in that first quarter, kicking those first 3 goals when 6 goals is going to win it, Max. Willie Nostradamus.
No, well, it is definitely going to win it now, absolutely.
Yeah. Oh, there's a high tackle. Goes through. Launceston player yet to get up.
Yep, staying down, get the glasses up.
I think he's all right. He's just taking his time.
Kenny?
Kenny.
He's led manfully from the front today, hasn't he?
Yeah, he might have blood rule here. The umpire wants to check him out. Yeah, it is, just to make it even worse. Now you've got to jog off into the rain.
Probably washed off by the time he gets off to the boundary. Great story, Isaac Hyatt coming back on Macca. He's
Isaac Hyatt, yeah, look,
some
he
difficulties through the year.
yeah, he did, had some health conditions.
He had a knee injury the year before.
Yeah,
so
knee injury,
great time.
that got infected. He then had a bit of a heart virus, to be honest, and then managed to get back for his schoolboy grand final for St Patrick's.
He is.
Probably, which he was loved to do. That kept him then out of the Devils for probably 6 to 8 weeks. Made his way back to the Devils prelim last week. Did okay, but you could tell he hadn't played footy for a while. And yeah, you'll get another premiership. You'll get another premiership today.
It's been a long, long time since you've seen the surface water like this on UTAS Stadium.
It's a bit like
long time.
the AFLW game last night was a little bit of surface water, so just having so much rain here. So Nick Bealey now kicks close to the boundary line, stays in play, but Foley hits it over. Today's stream sponsored by Daily Potato Co. Thanks for your support through the year for all our streams. We've got one more stream to go, and you can hear it also on City Park Radio at the big game this afternoon, Launceston versus Kingborough. And what will these conditions do for that contest? It's a big question. The other 4 meetings between Launceston and Kingborough this year have been in dry conditions, and 3 of them on Windsor Park. So today we're in wet conditions in UTAS Stadium. What will that add to the mix? We'll soon find out. Boundary throw in, and it'll be secondary ball up, as it was a little bit slip off the boundary umpire's hand. So he'll have another go. 18 and a half minutes in, margin still 27 points.
First mistake he's made all day, Dave, that boundary umpire at the 18-minute mark, so go easy on him. He's had a big day.
No, they're doing a great job.
There's only been 1 point scored for the whole quarter. Here's Jones. Whitelaw gets hold of him. Callanan. Left foot kick. Wiggins been really good down back. Brody Wiggins. He's had a good season for the D-League. Also part of that St Patrick's College premiership. Playing that fullback role. Just Mr. Dependable. Goes short. Finds Jack O'Neill.
Ooh.
He's virtually just shoveled it out. Connor Retoff. Out now in front of Connor McCormack. He wants it to sit. It doesn't. If it does, he's got Chilcott on. He gets round his opponent now. Connor McCormack finds Jones. He's got plenty of yards. He puts the wheels down. On a normal day, he'd bounce it. He chooses not to today. Maloney jumps early through his legs. It's been a bit of a day of what is for Jet Maloney. And he jumps over the footy back to the forward pocket. Oh, goodness gracious. The highlights reel, or the lowlights reel for Maloney today.
He's done a bit of everything.
One of everything. My word, he has.
He's still kicked a couple of valuable goals, 2 out of 6.
Well, it really was the Sealers in that third quarter. Cometh the hour, cometh the man, Jet Maloney in that third quarter. He was brilliant.
Boundary throw in. Comes out towards attacking 50. Quick kick inside. Almost a mark. Handball. Aganis. Another goal.
A big toe!
Yes! Big Tony Aganis caps it off with a big goal. He had one earlier in the game. Similar sort of situation. Slam on the boot from 20 out. He took his opportunity there, much to the delight of the under 18 boys behind the goals. So, first goal of the last quarter. 7-10, 52, 2-7-19. The premiership's going the Blues' way.
To be honest, Max, Clarence probably wanted Owen to do that at the other end. Ruck forward, Owen, push Aganis forward. That was opportune goal, as was the other one. But that's what Owen can do. And to be honest, Aganis has done really well on Owen.
He's done extremely well today, and just the 2 goals that he has got are identical plays both ends of the ground.
Yeah. Just opportune goals for the big Tone Aganis. Owen's probably won those hit-outs. We'll get those hit-outs in a moment. But here's Aganis, gets him going forward again. Shovels it forward. Here's Burling. Cowley. It'll be interesting when we do our senior game preview, how you think this water and this conditions could factor any results, or how it comes to be. It's going to be a lot different grand final to what we've had in the past. Fozzie tells me today he's bringing up number 10 grand final, TSL, for himself.
Yep.
The captain, and he confirms it. Yep. No worries. Burling. I'm not lying, Foz. It was your stat. You told me to mention it. Oh, here it is. There's a quick kick out, and it falls in the hands of Jesse Price. Now, Jesse Price, it's going to be a tough kick. He'll kick from probably about 40 metres, but he'll take his time. That's what he'll do. As the clock clicks over 22 minutes. As I mentioned, there's only been that one goal kicked for Big Toe Naganis this quarter. And just the surface water on the ground in that centre square. Price gets some yards, doesn't quite get it. It'll fall to the front. Warren off hands. Maloney was right there again, the opportunist. But it goes through for a behind, and they come out now through Whitelaw.
Whitelaw goes long. Wade Wall over the back. Clears him. Tap on Aganis. Looking for an outlet. He has to go himself. Throws it on the boot and gets a little assist there to Colby McKercher, who marks 35 out directly in front. So Tony again, as he wandered out of the contest there and looked for the handball, no one was there, so he just threw it on that boot. And throwing on the boot today has been, was giving great rewards to Aganis. He's kicked 2 goals and a chance to set one up.
Well, he surprised himself then, I think, being able to get out of that contest, though.
Yep. Late in the game, Colby McKercher, who kicked a goal in the first quarter, to put the icing on the cake. Low kick, good kick, goal! Colby McKercher kicks his second, and that's one of the last acts for him in a great season. Of course, he's at the grand final next week in the Futures game, but he's going to have a premiership tonight. It's a bit of a scuffle going on.
There's some big games of junior footy next week. It's going to be a free kick. Another kick here, I think, to Launceston. And Clarence just lost the plot a little bit here in this last 5 minutes. He's been against Tompkins.
Yep, Rubens in amongst it.
So it's going to be a free kick from the spot. Who's going to get it? Foley. Sam Foley's going to take it. Oh, it's going to be right on the 50, so it's going to be out of his zone. Once again, he'll take his time. 24 minutes now, ticks over.
40 points of margin.
And they're letting it be known here, the Launceston boys, that Clarence, you're going home with the under-18 flag, but not the D-League.
1 minute to go.
Sam Foley, one of the better players for today, despite the heavy tag early. From 50, it holds up. Who's at the bottom of the pack? The Clarence defenders defend his Jet. Jet, party time. Hyatt, clever. Inside to Saunders, can't find him. Foley gets it again. Left foot snap, top of the goal square. Big Toe Naganis lurks. It doesn't fall in his lap this time, the big ruckman doing the Rovers' work. And it's 15 seconds to go. Congratulations to Lenny Towns, to the Launceston D-League team. They've used a lot of players this year through school football commitments. I know how many players they lose during that season of school footy, but they were able to keep going, finish on top of the ladder. And there it is, as Foley gets the ball on the siren, won't count. Congratulations to Coach Towns, to the Launceston Football Club, to all of their players. You see Miller Hodge down there with the wing in the sling. You know, players like him come back. It's all one club. Disappointed not to play seniors, but it is one club, and the seniors who run out on the ground now will take great delight for their mates, for their club mates, to win that premiership. Final score, an even 40 points to Launceston. Commanding in the end, 8-11-59 Launceston. Defeated Clarence 2-7-19. Well done, the Launceston Football Club.
Just an overwhelming win in the end, wasn't it? It was in a consistent four-quarter effort by the Blues. 3-3 in the first, kicked 5 points in the second, and another 3 goals in the third that nearly put it beyond doubt. And whilst Clarence, they just couldn't get the ball past, certainly in that second quarter when they were trying to get it out of defence. It was just the structure of the Launceston team setting up behind the ball, and certainly full credit to the Launceston Footy Club, and in particular their backline. I thought they played extremely well Very, very cooperative amongst each other. Didn't really mind who got the ball. They knew just their job to get it out of the back line, and the forwards didn't let them down either today. It was a tough game for forwards, but a couple of multiple goal kickers, one being the big cat as a ruckman who drifted forward, and you spoke about Macca, what he did during the game. That was a great effort by him, and Jet Maloney deep forward sort of nearly put the game beyond doubt in that third quarter with a couple of quick in succession.
So final score here, 8-11-59. Launceston, Clarence 2-7-19. The players shaking hands, and we'll have the presentations in a moment. We'll bring those to you before we wrap the stream up. Macca, what do you got for
just
goal
the goal kickers?
We haven't done them, have we?
No, Jet Maloney with 2, Tony Aganis with 2, Colby McKercher with 2, and singles to Canny and Hodge. And for Clarence, wasn't much to be told really. They did not score in the last quarter. Brendan Hay with a goal and Jack Callanan with a goal.
Gribbs' stats, thanks to Dave Gruber, who does a great job with us each and every week here for our statistics. Clarence, 58 hit-outs to Launceston 29, so 9-7 in that last quarter. Clearance is pretty even over the day. Clarence 35, Launceston 33. The Blues got on top there in that last quarter with 10-4. Inside 50s, Launceston 37-34. The Roos had 10 in that last quarter, but couldn't see themselves get a goal. Unfortunately, as they tried to come back in that last quarter. Marks inside 50, not many today in the conditions, but Launceston had 7, Clarence just 2, none after quarter time. And the free kicks, 22 to Launceston, 20 to Clarence. As the players are coming over now for the presentations. We'll take these presentations live. We'll sign off in a moment as we'll get ready for the senior game coming up. If you can't make it towards a screen, you can't watch the stream this afternoon, please tune in to City Park Radio 103.7 or 96.5 FM in northern Tasmania, or on our online stream. You can pick us up anywhere via your device or computer. So well done to Launceston. They went down last year to Clarence, but they've turned the tables this year, and they're well-deserved premiers. Just about ready for the presentations. So, Macca, we'll see you for the senior game.
Thanks, Fozzel. Yeah, it's looking forward to it, especially in these conditions. It just brings that little bit of unknown, doesn't it? So, yeah, see you shortly.
No worries, and thanks, Maxie.
My pleasure, Dave. A good game in the conditions.
Let's down to Brent Costello for the presentations.
Another round of applause for the umpires. Thanks, guys. I'd now like to invite AFL Tasmania's Andy Bennett to come forward to present today's Best On Ground medal, which has been won by Sam Foley from the Launceston Football Club. I'd now like to get you to stay here, Andy, if that's okay, to help present the medal to the coach of the 2022 Premiers, Lenny Towns of the Launceston Football Club. Andy will now assist me in presenting the 2022 Development League Premiership medallions. Starting with number 2, Colby McKercher. Number 8, Miller Hodge. Number 9, Josiah Burling. Number 15, Liam Jones. Number 20, Thomas Beaumont. Number 21, Isaac Hyatt. Number 25, let's get him back up here, Sam Foley. Number 29, Kai Chilcott. Number 31, Tony Aganis. Number 33, Tiernan McCormack. Number 34, Jet Maloney. Number 35, Cooper Warren. Number 36, Connor Rodoff. Number 37, Josh Gillow. Number 38, Ari Schoenmaker. Number 40, Kai Lunson. Number 41, Jesse Price. Number 43, Brodie Wiggins. Number 44, Braden Fellows. Number 47, Matthew Saunders. Number 50, Connell McCormack. Number 53, Samuel Cowley. Number 56, Jack O'Neill. And last but not least, the captain, number 32, Liam Canny. I'd now like to welcome Wayne Povey, TSL Life member, to the stage to present the 2022 TSL Development League Premiership Cup to Launceston captain Liam Canny and coach Lenny Towns. Please thank and welcome to the Premiership Club, the Launceston Footy Club, Development League Premiers for 2022.
Pretty hard day at the office, boys.
Cheer, cheer the blue and the white, honour the name.